surfing waves into the night on the beaches of Hawaii. Drinks in Ibiza, anywhere you wanna go, baby, you just let me know. Sunny Indonesia, don't say no. Sipping on tequila, anything you wanna see, be there in a heartbeat. Say the words and we can go. We've got just one life, baby, so live it up, take it one day at a time. Keep it shining like the stars we see above. I wanted to be here by my side, my tropical love. My tropical love. I wanted to be here by my side, my tropical love. I wanted to be here by my side, my tropical love.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Then another dare. Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Then another dare. One other thing I dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Then another dare. Another dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Then another dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Then another dare. Lights are out and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Then another dare. Lights are out and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Then another dare. Lights are out and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Then another dare. One other thing I dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Then another dare.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
So guest has changed to alternative night. I've actually already changed the links and everything, just not the thumbnail. So.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just changing the guest picture right now.
All right.
I'm ahead of time. So,
yeah, I had a feeling because since King Cadaver couldn't join again, so I don't know what he's up to.
he never came online at all. So I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know what's happening with him. I hope he's okay.
I hope so too. He might have just slept in. I mean, this is fairly early for some.
Oh, that happens.
It's fairly early for some people, not me.
No, it's very late for me since I'm like down under, so. So it's pretty much the other way around.
Yes, it is very late for you, and whenever you decide that it's too late, it's perfectly fine. We'll call it there. You definitely get to say in this matter.
Yeah, true. I mean, well, it's only like 12:20 a.m. here, so it's not too late for me. I'm a bit of a night owl anyway, so.
I would be fast asleep if it was me. I can't stay up past 10 anymore, but I work at 6 o'clock in the morning every day, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why my coffee stream's so early, because it actually starts at 8 for my time, and it's like 10 Eastern, so. It's very early for a lot of people, but not for me, because I'm normally awake at like 5 a.m. my time, 6, so it's just
wow.
Yeah. I went to bed at like, it was before 7 o'clock my time, but I got my first COVID shot, and I just was exhausted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bad sign. It means the second shot's probably going to put me down for a little bit.
Oh. Like, why do you have to get up so damn early?
Well, I work at a retail store, so we basically have no customers for like the first 3 hours, so we're able to get more done. We do get customers, it's just not as busy, so it works out for us, and I'm used to it at this point.
All right.
Everyone is appraising your armor. They love your avatar. Who did your avatar?
You still there, by the way?
Yes. Did you not hear what I said?
No, it did. It kind of cut out a bit, so I'm like.
That's all good. I was just saying, who did your avatar?
None other than Yemen TV.
Where most of us get our art from? That guy.
Yeah, like pretty much the vast majority of us get our art from. Yeah, he's a genius. And yeah, as you can tell, I'm definitely a knight in shiny armor.
Yes, you were definitely my knight in shining armor today. you saved me.
Oh, by the way, Anita, I'm actually Australian, by the way, if you're wondering. That's why I have this very strong accent, apparently.
It's strong to us, not to you. You would be used to it, right? An accent is just not...
An accent's an accent.
Yeah. I would have an accent to you.
Yeah, you do. Like, and a lot of people do to me. Like, this is not, like, what I have is not an accent to me, but...
But to us, because I'm from Canada, it's an accent to me. Because it's not how I speak.
Yeah, you're definitely using that accent, yeah.
Just a little Canadian. Just a smidge.
Yeah, just the American accent with the British spelling, pretty much.
Yeah. Apparently I do say a few words a bit Canadian-like, but... So northern, I guess. Because some Americans say it the way we do, too. But, I don't know. It's
Oh,
funny.
true.
It's funny because my husband's from the South in America, like he's from South the U.S. and he actually got rid of most of his accent, but every once in a while, because he gets this like a little bit of American accent, and he does so often get a Southern accent, a Southern Louisiana accent. And it's quite amusing to me.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
King of Canadian Hill just joined us.
Oh, hello there.
We're-
Oh, no, hello, Silver.
And hello, Silver. Yes, he messaged me. I messaged him a while ago to see if he was awake to join, because at about 7:50 my time, like, he's not showing up. He's not showing up. This is I'm calling it. I need to find a guest.
Yeah, that's when I come in, yeah.
Yeah, no, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I've come the same day.
well, my thought is I'll just go live, start playing music, see who's online, and just see if I can find another guest. I mean, it worked last time. Hair razor freaking saved my butt last time.
Oh, bless hair then.
Yes, yeah. No, this was his second try. First time he was online last time, but his internet would not let any speaking come through. It was just glitching the whole time. So he gave up. It was like, okay, we'll try next Saturday. And yeah, no.
And that didn't work either.
Nope. So, and the rest of the month's booked up. So I'm very I have to keep my life in order, otherwise everything gets out from under me. I'm a very busy person. I work a full-time job and do YouTube. Both are full-time jobs.
Well, with me, YouTube's more of a hobby with me. Like, I'm not, like, the most consistent uploader, I'll admit. But I just like to have it as a hobby, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. That's a lot of people, like, yeah.
I think that's probably, like, a lot of people who, upload, yeah. Especially the non-consistent uploaders, I think.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Oh, well, but...
don't know. It is a
Well, yet
hobby,
again-
but yeah. They're all talking about accents.
It's a hobby and a job at the same time, pretty
Mhm.
much. Depending on how you look at it.
And yeah, of course, everyone that was online, like Raven was online, they're all playing Phasmophobia, those jerks.
Oh, I've been trying to get around to that, actually, because MCT and I think also Lady Spicari, I think,
Yep.
they've been talking about it a bit, and I've been willing to join at some point. I don't know why, but I just never go around to it because I'm lazy.
Well, I like playing it, but I can only play it for a very short time because it actually, like, it seriously scares the bejesus out of me.
Oh, yeah, I kind of get that, but, I mean, I guess it's not for everyone, if that makes any sense.
Oh no, it's not for everyone. It's a slow burn game, and yeah, I know.
There's a lot of suspense.
Yes, and the more you play it, the harder the ghosts get, and I hate dying. I've died.
Well, who likes dying anyway?
When I play with PA Nightmares and Raven, they're yelling and they're like, "Kill me! Kill me!" And I'm like, and I'm the one that dies. I'm the one that dies. Through a door. Like, they're not supposed to go through doors. Well, at the time, they weren't supposed to go through the doors. They've done some updates. It apparently clipped. I was too close to the door, or too close to the wall, and it clipped through and killed me. So.
Oh, no.
Stupid ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts except for that one. And your screen goes like dark, and then you see hands reach out, and you hear a crunching sound as it snaps your neck.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, and I was live streaming, so everyone saw me die. I think I was live streaming that one.
Oh, wow. That is embarrassing. And the live stream, though, that's got to be even more embarrassing.
Everyone else could see that I ran for it and hid in a bathroom. Literally in a bathroom. I'm tied in a bathroom. And then Patience died shortly after me in a hallway. And then we played another time. We didn't live stream it, but we played, and Patience died, and her body fell against the wall, and her butt was sticking out. It was like the funniest thing to just see like her fall over on this wall and her butt stick out. You're just like, and then we almost got killed because we were standing there laughing our asses off, and the ghost goes back to hunting, and we're like, oh shoot!
Oh no.
I think Raven died that time. He died as well. I was like, I just took pictures and ran out. I was like, okay, we're getting out of here. So, don't laugh at the bodies. Take pictures, laugh at the picture you saw, and then run out of that house.
Oh my god.
Phasmophobia, for those who like to laugh at butts.
Pretty much that in a nutshell.
Yeah. My least favorite's the school and the prison. They're too big. They're too huge, and it's too hard to let all the time waste out before you find the room. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want to find, in quotes, the ghost room, and I think that's actually what they're called, and then you set up all your stuff there to try to figure out what kind of ghost. So every ghost will have different activity. If you see dust on the screen, they're called ghost orbs, because there is no dust in the game.
Oh, of course, because ghosts.
Yeah, and then if the temperature drops to below 0 Celsius, that says something else, which is 32 Fahrenheit. Just one of the few ones that actually know Fahrenheit. And then there's also like, if the EP reader goes to 5, there's another thing. Oh, if they write in the book, if you hear the spirit box, if they talk through that, those all lead to different ghosts.
Okay.
So you use all this stuff to figure out what ghost you're dealing with, and each ghost will act differently. Like, certain ghosts will pick one person to go after. I think it's a banshee, and they will only go after that one person. Other ghosts will act faster in the dark, and yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff. So every ghost has its own thing.
Sure.
This game is the butt of all jokes you say. Maybe. Oh, I hate the asylum.
Oh, the butt of all jokes.
I hate the asylum. I just like the little houses. I don't like the big giant places. It's so and the asylum I actually got lost in. Like, seriously lost in. I could not find the exit. And when I finally found the exit, I refused to go back in. I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. Because it was just, I got into the basement, and everything looks samey in the game. I mean, it's designed by one guy, so it's fair.
Oh, true.
But yeah, I just got lost. And the prison, I think we did the prison once, and it wasn't as bad. But yeah.
Oh, true.
So there's the game. Now you know a little more how to play it.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm going to an asylum, it's because they're finally locking me up again. I mean, what?
Sorry, what was that?
I made a joke that if I'm going to asylum, it's because they're locking me up again. Making a bad joke.
Okay, that is a shit joke, honestly.
I am not very good at jokes. I make stupid punny jokes that make people laugh. They don't have to be great. They just have to make people laugh. That's the rule. It's a joke if it makes you laugh.
Yeah, as long as it makes people laugh, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
Exactly.
Like, I make bad jokes too. Like, come on.
We all have to make bad jokes. We're trying to make each other laugh. The best way to make people laugh is by saying bad jokes.
Well, at least, I think you're making some people laugh, I think. Hey, hey, Chad, what do you think of, yeah, even hair like that joke, yeah.
Yeah, see?
It's not a joke if it's true, Silver says.
I can still be a joke if it's true. That's what I tell my therapist every Tuesday. See, I can't stop with bad jokes. I never laugh at anything. Is that because you're a scientist and nothing's funny to you? Think dangerous. Said he's a microbiologist, so he studies small things, but he's 6 feet tall, so the jokes don't work for him.
My stand-up comedy is all bad jokes. Oh, King.
King of Canadian Hill. That's why they booed you off the stage last week. You know, everyone lives near each other in Canada. It's such a small country. I've had so many times where people are like, they go somewhere like, oh, I live in Canada, and they're like, oh, well, do you know Tom in, like, all the way across the other side of the country? And the guy stops and goes, no, of course, wait, Tom blah blah? He's like, yeah, I actually do. They actually knew it. Normally it's like, no, of course not, I don't live there. And it was just like, wait, yeah, actually I do know you, I do know that person. They felt so upset that they knew the person, because it's just like, you get asked that all the time when you go down, like, oh, do you know blah blah in Canada? I'm like, no. Like, I live in a big city. I don't even know, like, 1% of the people who live in the city I live in right now.
Alright.
Which is weird that I live in a city. I'm originally from a small town, so it's not so small anymore, though.
Yeah, that's true. And life's too short, too.
They didn't boo me off the stage. They stared me off the stage. Just a small town girl. Living in a lonely world. Oh god. She took the midnight train going.
Why are you singing, Derringer?
I don't know. Anywhere. God. Oh god. No, I never actually been on a train, so I did take a midnight train going anywhere. I flew somewhere, lived there, took my car, moved somewhere else, and then yeah. She said she was from a small town. So he had to sing. It's not really a small town anymore. It's actually pretty huge. She started it. Apparently don't.
So you think?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Jeez.
I was just listening to the whole thing, and I was just like, what can I say now?
Well, yeah. So I'm going to assume that you live probably near the ocean. But I probably...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I think my country's pretty much surrounded by sea anyway. It says my national anthem.
Yes, and I know that most people live near the ocean, because that's really the only habitable part of New Zealand. I mean, you don't want to live in the outback.
Yeah, I live in a like a semi-rural suburban area, so I'm not anywhere near the outback at all, contrary to popular belief, probably. If I was, I'd probably have a stronger accent. Um,
Stronger accent. Your accent's pretty strong.
oh, thanks. Yeah, a lot. I get a lot. I've been seeing a lot of those comments lately, and like whether it's in like other streams or like you did with Raven. Apparently my accent's fake. And or if it's just you know, something on Twitter or anything, or you know, because I still see comments like that. And I'm like, you know, well, it could have been stronger.
Hair Razor said, "Can you tell us a little bit about your channel when you get a chance?" Kiwis are adorable.
Oh, Kiwis. Yeah, I love their accents too.
So, did you want to tell everyone about your channel a little bit?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I started I think back in 2014 actually. You see, because back before I was a narrator, I was a memer and a YouTube pooper. So basically, I was you know, making a lot of edgy videos basically, and a lot of, and when I look back at them now, they're a lot of cringy. But I stopped doing them like after 2020 came around, and I think back in, I think a lot earlier than that, around 2017-esque, 2016. Sorry, pardon me. I started getting into creepypastas and narrations and the like Mr. Creepypasta, Creeps McPasta, Clancy Pasta, Creepypasta Jr., all those amazing narrators. And then later on, it was Swamp Dweller, Dark Somnium, Spirit Voices, Romnex, you know, all the like. And so around 2020, I thought maybe I could, you know, do something more productive, like, you know, like narrating. So I thought I wanted to be a narrator. So I kind of, so initially I was going to make another channel. But then a friend of mine said, "Oh, you should probably like, you know, use the channel you've got now, and then make it into a completely different channel." So that's exactly what I did, and that's where we are now. So basically, the channel I'm using now is my old channel, and just, you know, rebuilt from the ground, like rebuilt.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm a narrator now. I've been doing it since March 2020. And yeah, I'm not consistent with uploads. I've never been that consistent. And I was uploading for a fair bit, and I met a lot of amazing people, like along the way. And yeah, so far it's been really fun being a narrator, actually. Like, I'm really enjoying, you know, what I'm doing and all. If that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. I get it.
I mean, it's fun.
It is. I seriously enjoy it. I've been doing it since May 2020, so.
Oh, you've been doing it like a little bit since a little bit later than me, but look where you are now. You've got more subs than me.
Well, it does help that I'm constant uploading. That I know that's one thing that helps, because it brings people back. If you can pick a day to do things, it helps. But and I won't lie, there have been weeks where I have failed, but I always put something up, even if it's just like, "Hey, I'm sick, so no video this week."
Yep. Just delay it.
But I always make sure I put something up, and then yeah, I've dipped my toes in a few.
Maybe that's
things.
what I should be doing, like, you know, update people and
It really helps. Like, if you can go, like, if you want to do like longer videos and just like, you know, you can only post like every other week. If you can even do that, it will help it's just it makes it so people know when to look for your videos. So like if it doesn't come on their feed, they know, oh well, Alternative Night always uploads on this day at about this time, so let me see if I can go find them. And then they'll come out of their way to come find you too. So
yeah, maybe I should just find a schedule. Like I know a lot of narrators that definitely have schedules like you do. Sometimes with some narrators it's weekly, others it's daily, depending on, you know, how many stories they collect and narrate and how much is done. Others, it like me and a few other people, it's pretty much like every once in a blue moon, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's probably the best thing. Maybe that's what I should get. Maybe I should just have some sort of schedule.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
Like even if it's just one a week or one a month.
Yeah, because at least people know to look for, and the minimum they say is do a video a month.
Yeah.
Ideally a video a week, but not everyone can do that. Like I could never ever do what Vidith 2020 does. He does one every single day. I did.
Oh, and I think Swamp Dweller does too. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
And with the amount of work I put into my videos, there's no way I could do that because I do everything for myself.
No, I mean, I've got a life, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. There would be no life. I think a video takes me recording, I want to say at least 10 hours to make a video. At least.
Yeah, I would pretty much say the same if I was doing it all day. Sometimes, although sometimes if life gets in the way, it might take me at least a day, like at least from a day to a week, pretty much with me. So I guess that's pretty much the average making of a video with me, because I've got to record, I've got to edit that audio, and I've got to find a good thumbnail, which is always the hardest part with me. Because you gotta like either find something on a free website like Pixabay or whatever, or you've got to ask permission from an artist.
Yes.
You know, from like ArtStation, because you don't want to steal anything.
No.
Not just art, but stories as well. You got to ask permission for that.
Yeah.
Because it would just be so unprofessional if you didn't.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you gotta ask for the permission for the stories, but I don't add that to my time, because I just do that in mass, where I go and ask a whole whack of people, and I don't always get response back, so I always over ask for what I need, and then I record it, then I edit the recording, and then I have to put all the pictures into the gosh darn video, pick the right picture. Sometimes I don't have the right picture, so now I gotta go find the picture I want.
Yeah, it's always the hardest part, isn't it? Like, it's always the hardest part. And it's so stressful, isn't it?
Yeah. Luckily I have a big, giant, like, amount of pictures now that I can use. And
oh, thank God you do.
yeah, I've been grabbing them from, it's not Pixabay that I use mostly Unsplash. I like them for some reason.
Oh, yeah, I use Unsplash too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But there's tons
Unsplash
of
is a good one.
free, like, you can use them, and so I found a bunch of pictures, I've named them, and I just go like, okay, I need a kind of a computer-like feel for this one. Let's see what I got. Okay, I don't have something, so let's go to Unsplash and see what I can find. And the thumbnails are the hardest, because I sit there going, okay, these are the stories I've got. Which story do I want to make the thumbnail the star of? And how do I want to portray that? Show people that that's what this is. So, yeah. And then, because I spent so much time on my thumbnails, I always put them at the end of my videos now. I was like, I spend like at least an hour on a thumbnail, minimum. And then I'm like, and
wow,
no one pays attention to them. Well,
that like an hour on a thumbnail and no one like, wow.
Yeah, I do.
That is a waste of time.
Well, because a lot of times I'll take a background that like, oh, I really like this background. Okay, now let's find a person. Okay, I really like how this person's positioned. So I gotta take the person out of that picture, put them in a new picture. Then I gotta put all the writing on, and then I gotta make sure that I have the right avatar in the corner.
Oh yeah, because you know it depends on what is it like the day? Is it that you
Day and night
or
have...
the type of story you're narrating? Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got...
Because you got a light side and you've got a darker one.
Yes, and nights are every Sunday, no matter what, and days are the other side. So there's 2 and there's 42. So I'm weird.
Oh, true.
So I make sure that you have the right, and even their color schemes are a bit different too to help. And apparently Onyx says that they pay attention to my thumbnails, which is nice.
All right.
But yeah, no, your thumbnails are gonna catch people, but they're only gonna look at them for like a second or 2. So right at the end, I throw my thumbnail going, here, stare at it for 20 seconds. Stare at my very pretty thumbnail that I spent all that time on. Yeah.
Oh my God, I always thought that thumbnails were like, once you get the perfect picture, all you have to do is just write text on and say, you know, who wrote it, who's narrating it, blah blah blah, because it sounds easy, but when you're putting like, but if you're putting in a lot of detail in it, then maybe that's where it kind of, you know, takes a little longer, I guess.
Mhm.
I think, yeah, if that makes any sense.
It does. I even try to, most of the time I'll try to throw the original pictures into the story, like as I'm narrating, so you can see the original picture before I edited them too. Apparently Hair Raising says, I see them, I just didn't know they took you that long to put together. Yeah. I blame Raven. He showed me stuff and my game's gotten better, but the time to do it takes, like, Raven takes even longer than I do. Like, Raven's thumbnails.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. There's been a few where he's like, this looks amazing, but I don't want to tell you how long it took me to do it. And I'm like, I won't ask.
Don't tell me.
But I can look
Don't
at
tell
this
me.
and I can see that would have took quite a while, knowing how much I do it and how long it can take me just to find the right look to something, the right feel. Like, you're like, okay, like, I don't like envision what I want. I kind of just look at my pictures, see what I have, go, okay, I kind of want a background kind of darker. But yeah, no, it's just like, I can actually put it on the screen. The one that I'm really proud of recently was,
If your thumbnail's take an hour to make, I can't imagine how long Raven's thumbnails take to make. If yours is 1 hour, would that mean his is 2 hours or more?
probably. It depends on the thumbnail. Some it says takes him no time, and others he's like, yeah, it took me forever. The one that I did very recently, that is, hold on, I gotta find it. It's this one here. This is the one I'm really, really proud of that I did recently. I'll just put it over my face. That, so I found that background that I really, really liked, and then I cut her out of her original photo. I edited her a little bit so she would fit into that kind of background, and then I carefully picked the right kind of text for both the name of the story and then the author, and then I have to do the little horror stories volume 10 up there, and then I have to, and 42 always shows up last. She's always like the last thing I do.
I see.
And apparently Rando's like, my thumbnails take all day and they all suck. And Rando, that's my story. Yes, yeah, this one I'm really proud of. I like how this one turned out quite a bit.
Yeah, that one probably took a while, didn't it?
That one was at least an hour. It might have been an hour and a half because it took a while to get her out of her picture, and she was facing the wrong way, so I had to flip her. But that was easy.
Gosh.
That took 2 seconds to do. But yeah, so I carefully, like, yeah, to get the right thumbnail, I could spend an hour to 2 hours doing it, depending on how I feel and how much, like, how cheaty I feel. So I'll just take that away.
Oh, if it fits at all.
Yeah.
Because you got to make sure everything fits. Yeah.
Yeah. For that one, that just I wanted a woman with red hair, and I wanted
That's always a go.
a magic woman, someone that seemed like she was unearthly in a way due to what the story was about. So
Like a sorceress of some sort.
kind of, yeah. I know more about the character. It doesn't come out quite yet, but there's a lot to go with her. But yeah, in the story, she has red hair, and I thought that was very important to make sure I had that. So.
Oh yeah, like kind of like, you know, make it, you know, story accurate, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, if I can. But
Yeah, because you see like, you know, books in bookstores and then they have like a picture of someone who's supposed to be, you know, a character or some sort, and then in the book they're described a little bit differently from what they look like in the on the front page, and I'm
Yes.
like, wait a minute, something's not right. Because I have seen that before, yeah. It's not rare.
and also, to be fair though, the artist might get one draft, read it, and then when they are like, because it takes a long time to, like, you can't do art really fast, especially with a lot of the books. They're very detailed, so I can see that taking like months to do, or a month.
All right.
So they might have one draft, and then an editor goes in and changes a few things to make it a little more clear, and now the artist has worked off of one thing, and the editor's changed it a little bit. And also, the artist might not be able to portray something properly either, so... So, yeah, so, and I've read one series, he's on to book 16, 17, and it's been a different artist, I think, every time. So it's the same character in all the books, but they look different, but they also try to not show their face. So like he's always got a hat on, even though the character doesn't really wear a hat. I think the author doesn't want a face betrayed. They want you to picture whatever you want. So the face
I guess that kind of makes sense.
yeah, so the face is like hidden, and I really like it. Those are probably my
I mean, yeah,
photos
that's fine.
You've been seeing, okay?
Well, I guess everyone has their reasons for, you know, a certain thumbnail, I guess.
And everyone has their own style too. Like,
Yeah, true. That's very true as well.
and that's actually really nice. Like, I can see PA's thumbnails anywhere, and I know they're PA's the second I see them. I'm like, PA did that one. PA did.
Yeah, he's a very distinguishable. Yeah.
He did one for Rando, and I knew as soon as I saw it, PA made it for him, because just PA has his style, and that's great. I love when you find your own style, because then someone can see it and go, oh, I know whose that is, and I want to watch that right now.
Well, mine are pretty simple. I mean, mine are just very simple, really. I don't know if you could consider that a style.
It is, though. Simple is another style. Let me go look at yours.
Like I kind of go with the font. I kind of go with what they call the glaive font. I think it's the one that Dark Somnium uses, and Romnex uses too. I think. But I think mine is very simplistic compared to theirs. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at yours, and yeah, I remember seeing actually some of yours now that I think about it. Yeah, they're simple, but not in a bad way.
No.
Yeah, it the way that you use your font, you always use the same font. I'm pretty bad. I need to pick a font, is what I need to do.
You can always go for glaive if you want.
For my dark ones, I've kind of picked one. I need to pick one for my day, and stick with it.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes, like with the one I did for Rando's story, that one was the text on the side was, I might make the text up top whatever I want, but if it's for a certain author, however I feel the writing came across, I think is how I'm going to do it. If it's one specific story, because it screamed to me that he needed those fonts. It's weird. I do the same thing for when I do Traveler's Tavern. I go to their channel, I look at what they use, what their text looks like, and I try to copy as best I can, because to me, I'm trying to showcase the guest. I normally do it with mine here too. This would be the exception to the rule because it's got the wrong person on it right now, but that's kind of what I do. I like pitch, I look at someone's channel and go, okay, what's the feeling I'm getting here? What text do I have that can kind of get close to theirs? What can I do to kind of give it a similar feeling? I don't always get it, but I try. I'm weird. I think
we're all weird in a lot of ways.
Apparently, I think the link to the channel in the description is wrong. Let me try it again.
Oh yeah, is it because of King Cadaver not making it, or?
I might have grabbed the... yes, it is wrong, and I will... It got copied twice, basically.
Oh.
It's fixed now, Derringer. I just fixed it. There was, I think, instead of it deleting the original, it put it on top of it. So, oops, my bad.
Oh, it's all good now. Also, sorry if I'm not responding to every one of your texts. I'm kind of like, you know, not like in and out a bit in the chat. So sorry if for those who have just joined, hello.
There's not been many people, and no one's really joined except for we had Arturi join, and that's about the only new person. It's been Derringer and King of Canadian Hill. So, yeah, just not very many, but it's okay. I just have fun.
That's alright.
I find this is fun just to have for a Saturday. First thing in the morning.
Yeah, it's a shame that King Cadaver couldn't make it again.
Yeah, he hasn't even messaged me, so I think he's still asleep.
Maybe he just needs to you know, organize his time a bit. Maybe not to sound harsh or anything.
Again, it was, he did show up for the last one, but I'm thinking he just slept in. I was actually worried that I would sleep in after getting the shot, so I mean, I was like, I'm hoping I don't sleep in and become that person who's like, let's do a live stream, and don't show up for my own live stream.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, you're trying to clickbait people.
So we're gonna have a live stream. Never mind.
Yeah, like if you change your mind, you can just you know, say so.
I got no problem with that. People, like, stuff comes up. I've booked people, like, temporarily, and then they've gone, like, actually, no, I can't, so I'll go find another guest, and that's fine. That's where the other mask went. My shoulder hurts today. Oh my god.
Oh, you're alright. Like, you've been leaning on it a bit too much.
Oh, it's the one I got the shot in. Feels
oh
like
god, the
someone
shots.
punched me in the goddamn arm. I keep thinking
I've been hearing a lot of bad things about the shots lately.
Every shot has their own side effect, so it depends what you got. I got the Pfizer, and except for, like, I had a migraine 2 days ago, so I think it re-triggered that migraine, and it made me feel very, very tired. And that was about it. And today I feel fine, it's just my shoulder hurts.
Well, at least you're recovering from that.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to play Among Us, and I was like, no, I need sleep. I forced myself through work. I'm going to bed.
Actually, I've noticed you haven't been playing that for a while now, actually.
I've been kind of getting sick.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I've had a bit of health problems. Like, I get sick very easily. And we've been having cancellations too on our end. I should be posting more. Yesterday was just the last minute thing, and I had kind of thought about when I booked the COVID show. I was like, okay, I don't have that live stream. I'll have the video up. I'll be good. I'll just have my video. There will be no Among Us, so I'll be good. And then we canceled the week before, so we were like, oh, well, we'll play today. And I was like, I can't. I didn't know how the shot was going to affect me. I'm like, I was asleep before they were playing.
Oh, ow.
Yeah, like I was done. I was at work and I'm like, I just want to go to sleep right now. I just want to curl into a ball and go to bed. I'm like, okay, I'll just get through the rest of the day and then I'll go home. I'll watch my video, have my premiere, and then I'm going to sleep. And that's pretty much what happened.
Oh.
So, it's all good. I got my rest. I don't, if my body's like that tired, I don't fight it, because I noticed that if you fight your body when it's telling you you're tired, you pay for it.
Well, you just gotta pay the price, I think.
Yeah. So if you go to bed because your body's telling you it's tired, like that kind of tired, you're like, okay, and you wake up and normally feel better because you're giving your body the chance to focus on healing itself. So
Pretty much. You gotta be, I mean, resting, it is a healing tool.
yeah,
If you think about it.
yeah, because
I
your
mean,
body's
You
able.
got resting soft.
We got resting software. Well, because your body's able to shut down a bunch of things, so you don't have as much running in quotes. So it's able to like lock your muscles for the most part. It's able to like slow down your heart rate. It's able, so your body's able to focus more on some other stuff it needs to do. So I notice that it helps. Truth be told, if sleep didn't help, I don't think every single creature would do it. Because every creature sleeps. I can't think of one that is a multi organism, like a bigger creature that has more than one cell that doesn't sleep. So,
or any creature really, like mammal or plant.
yeah, even plants kind of go into hibernation.
Yeah, during like what, the winter or spring or whatever.
Yeah, during fall they start it, and then they're completely into it during winter, and then like even mammals go into hibernation, and it just saves us, you know. So you use less energy that way.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I don't think there's any living organism in the world that doesn't even hibernate or sleep. Or just stays awake all the damn time.
Yeah. I mean, there's things that are night, and they sleep during the day.
Yeah, true. Like you know, like possums here.
Yeah, and a lot of things that live in the deserts.
Bats. Oh, yeah.
Snakes and stuff in the deserts, they will sleep during the day because it's too hot. And then during the night, they'll hunt. Apparently, Derringer doesn't sleep. But Derringer isn't from this planet, so that's okay.
Oh, I think he's from Mars. I think he's a Martian.
Sleeps. Apparently, jellyfish. Jellyfish don't sleep, apparently. But they're weird. Jellyfish are weird. They don't die either.
I don't get them. Like, what the...
Yeah, they will revert to a younger age and restart their life. Yeah. Jellyfish are immortal, pretty much.
No.
Yep.
Oh, so they get younger. What?
I mean, sharks need to move to survive too, but they just let half their brain sleep, and then they let the other half brain sleep.
Yeah, but at least they get rest.
Yeah. But jellyfish don't have brains really all that much. I don't know.
How do they even how do they even breed jellyfish?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe all the jellyfish are just the same jellyfish that have reverted and become new, and
I'm like, boo.
And they've been around for billions and billions of years, and no jellyfish is new. They're thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, so apparently there is no rebirth. Like, there is no birth of another jellyfish. They're all just, like, you know, making themselves look young and nice again, and, you know, getting old and wrinkly again, and then getting young, and then getting old, and getting young, and then getting old. You're kind of back and forth, like.
Yeah, we have been doing research on jellyfish, actually. We've been doing research on a few animals that do some weird stuff.
Oh, really?
There's another creature. It's really, really small. You can put it into a vacuum and it can survive. You can put it into the dead of space and it will live. Yeah.
Are you serious? What?
But it's a super small organism. I forgot what they're called. It's some... I can't remember what they're called at
Is it a
all.
dust mite?
No, it's not a dust mite. They're really weird looking. I can't, like, if PA was on here, he'd tell you what they're called. I can't remember what they're called. But the water bear.
Know.
That's it. The water bear.
Oh,
yeah.
The water bear. Oh.
Yeah, they can go into the dead of space and live. As the new Titans. Water bears. Yes, that's what they're called. I forgot what they were called. Like, I remember weird things, but I don't remember all the details. It's really weird. Which I only found out about them through PA. I didn't know about them. But yeah, they're really tiny, and they're actually kind of cute. And of course, Derringer would know them because he's a microbiologist, and he studies small things.
Oh, wow.
Unless he's lying to us. I don't know.
He better not be.
Though, if he was lying to us, I would find out through Stormy. Because Stormy actually knows him, so legit.
Oh, either that or maybe his nose is growing.
His nose is too big. I'm sorry, he's lying.
He's just a little wooden puppet that's like, you know, he's got a very long nose now. So now he's like, so now he can't like, so now he's got to like keep everything a distance now. Although to be fair though, it would probably help with social distancing and shit.
You need to stay away from me or I'll hit you with my nose. 6 feet or the nose hits you. Now Derringer's crying.
Aww.
Sorry, Derringer.
Sorry to fuck you. Don't worry, we'll call Blue Fairy. We'll turn you back into a real boy.
A real scientist.
A real scientist, like, turns him back into a real boy.
Why you bullying me? We're not bullying you. I'm just saying, if you're lying to me, I have an easy way of finding out in my nose.
If it's not with a nose, like, you know, because that's pretty unrealistic, let's be real.
The pants will be
we should
on
probably
fire.
put him... We should probably put him, like, in a lie detector test.
Those don't work.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, no, those don't work. The creator of the lie detector actually flat out tried to take it back because he found out it didn't work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I will never ever take a lie detective test. Because they don't work. All they're testing is if you're sweaty, if your heart rate goes up, if a bunch of stuff, and it's just like, yeah, and you're being questioned by the cops. Every question could do that. And all you have to do is for the tests that are the ones to set the standard, as long as you start with a high there, anytime you lie, you can get away with it. And it doesn't work with people who have the what's the word? Tendency to lie, like the ones that can't stop themselves. It doesn't work on them at all because they believe what they say.
Oh, that's shit.
Apparently, Derringer thought that we were going to say we should put him in a vacuum, and I got scared for a second. Well, I mean, you're a microbiologist. You survive.
You should probably put the lie detector thing in the freaking vacuum and destroy it there.
Yeah, no, they need to go. They don't work.
Yeah, nah. I don't trust him now, knowing that now. No.
No, and like I've seen like, well, they wouldn't take the lie detector. If they were innocent, they should take it. We've had innocent people take lie detectors and come back that they were lying because they were stressed out.
Yeah, they would be stressed if they were, you know, accused of, you know, something they didn't do.
Yeah. Did you kill your wife?
Like, it's a freaking nightmare. Yeah, it's a freaking nightmare.
Yeah. it doesn't work that way. Are you sure, Derringer?
No,
Are you sure you haven't figured out how to be a water bear?
Oh my god, could you imagine water bear as like either a water, not that, but water bear. Could you imagine Derringer as either a water bear or a dust mite?
Well, I mean, he's a microbiologist. Maybe he'll do the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids thing and shrink himself, and then he can be at the same level as them. If I could, I would.
We'll never know.
A giant bear made out of water. That's scary.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight now, thank you very much.
I think water bears are Sith Lords. Or fire. Fire bear. New things. Well, you need to discover them, Derringer, so you can name them, okay?
Is this like the elemental bears now?
We got the water bear. We
got
the
the
fire
water
bear.
bear. The fire bear.
The earth
air
bear.
bear. And then the earth bear.
I'm still wondering why it's called a water bear. Like, why is it called that? It doesn't look like it's made of water, but all the pictures I've seen are black and white, so I'm going to assume they're very small. The elemental bears.
Microscopic.
Yes. But apparently they can survive in any element.
Unless it's in fire, that's the thing. If it does survive in fire, then it would be a fire bear.
Maybe it does. I mean, it can survive in the vacuum of space. Derringer, do you know if water bears can survive in fire? You're a microbiologist. You should know all this. You should know everything about the small little intermediate animals. Totally how it works. She says, shaking her head.
Oh my god.
The conversations get really weird on here some days.
Oh my god, this is becoming pretty much chaos now.
I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say no.
Yeah, just straight up no.
No. It would put the fire... It would put out the fire, is what you meant to say. It's water. I do not know for sure, though.
Well, some say water doesn't like doesn't stop it. Apparently, it kind of just makes it worse. I don't know. That's what I've heard, but I've always thought it puts it out.
Water puts out most fires. It depends what the fire is using as fuel. Because if you have an oil fire, do not put water on it because that won't work. You'll just spread the fire more because oil and water don't mix. So the oil just gets on top of the wire and now you got flaming water, basically. So PA's probably still sleeping. Yeah, so if you have an oil or grease fire, you need to make sure you grab a fire extinguisher because that's the only way. Yeah, oil or electric fires, no water. Yeah, because the electricity loves water.
Oh yeah, definitely don't mix electricity with water. That's killer.
You need to use something like CO2 to smother the fire. Yeah, you need to get the oxygen out of it. Because that's really what the fire feeds off of.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's weird. That's why if you take a candle and you put a cup over it, it doesn't go out right away, but the fire will burn through all the oxygen and then go out because there's no oxygen. Even though the wick is perfectly fine, it doesn't have any oxygen in it, and that's another thing that it needs. Not quite sure how to put thermite out though. I'm not sure. Probably CO2. I think you just gotta let it run its course. Sometimes yeah. Fire is
Alright.
the best invention we ever had, because without it we wouldn't have anything else. But it's also one of the most scary things that nature has to offer.
Oh yeah, like it can. To be fair though, it's good for keeping warm. Like if you're at around a campfire or like a fire in the chimney or whatever, and it's good light source too. But it's also deadly if we're talking like freaking bushfires.
Yeah. Yeah, and like it wants to consume everything. It needs its fuel. It wants to keep going. It doesn't want to die out.
No, it doesn't. It wants to go on a freaking like rampage.
Yeah, so like
And that's when it's bad.
yes, once it gets out of our control, it's the problem. But at the same time, like how California has had so many fires, they know partly the problem is we kept trying to control the fires and putting them out, and we weren't letting all the dead stuff get burned away like nature wants to do. And that's part of the problem. And the droughts haven't helped and stuff like that.
Oh,
Fire
I've seen
equals
things even worse.
fire equals run for your fucking lives. We had when I lived in the Okanagan Valley, we had the fires in Washington State, and like they got almost into Canada a couple times, but the smoke coming from them was like we didn't see the sun that summer because there was so much smoke.
Oh geez, really?
Yep. And we had to have backup plans in case the fire ever got up and towards where we lived. And we had a couple fires start in the area I lived, but they got them out pretty fast. So, yeah, and that was a big fire. And I remember California was on fire, Washington was on fire, and this is before Australia was on fire. This is 2018, I think, if I remember correctly. Or
Usually Australia is pretty much on fire. Pretty much a lot of the summers. I don't think it was as on fire like last year.
I don't remember hearing anything. I remember hearing stuff in 2020 because Australia was on fire and then COVID happened.
Oh yeah, I mean that happened.
Yeah, and
I was talking about like December 2020.
Yeah, no.
Because that's usually when it's really chaotic.
Yeah, and I don't remember hearing anything this year about it.
No, neither did I. Like even if it did happen, it was probably like very small.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably stuff that got right under control. It wasn't like that big one you had in 2019/2020, not 2020, 2021. Because your summers are the opposite of everyone else's summers.
Oh, it's freaking hot helly.
Yeah, so you have to. So if you left there, you come for winter here. And then you'd be freezing your butt off.
Yeah, because you guys are up north.
Yeah, and I mean, I live in one of the more temperate places in Canada, and it still gets to negative. We got to negative 40 this year.
Oh wow, that is freezing.
I lived further north, and it was still in central. It wasn't all the way north, and I know that it got to negative 50 up there. You don't feel the difference between negative 40 and negative 50.
Oh wow.
It feels the same. But we don't normally get below negative 20 here. It got really cold, like really, really cold out of nowhere. And it doesn't last very long where I am. I think it was a week tops. Well, when I lived more north, it was a month to 2 months of negative 40 weather. It was bad.
Oh.
So.
Gee, that is hell.
Yeah, I have permanent damage to my legs due to frostbite from walking in negative 40 weather. My legs go cold really fast, and they start hurting pretty fast. Asian honeybees are cool.
Oh God.
But our summers, like, we just got out of positive 32 here, was how hot it got here, and that was unbearable for me.
Oh, that is steaming hot.
Okay, so it's hot to you. That's good to know.
Says the Aussie living in a country where it's like usually like 40 degrees in the summer,
Oh god.
and there's like and there's like a freaking like bushfire happening, and it's like
Yeah, no.
yeah, says me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you think 30's hot? Okay. I would assume you're
you
like,
think
yeah, it's
32 is
nothing.
hot? I come up to 42.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, but I also live fairly north, so.
What is it like southern Canada or something?
Yeah, I live right next to the border. So.
Right, that's not very far then.
No, we live like I think to go to the States, I think it's a 5-hour drive from where I am, so I'm really close.
Oh, that's not too bad. I
Brando,
mean,
you live in the South. Rando lives in the South.
Rando.
It gets hot.
oh, Rando is in the south
Yeah, he's a Southern
where
belle.
it gets very hot. I'm sorry, I just love doing the southern accent. It's very funny.
I went to Florida in August. It was 100% humidity, and it was at least in the 30s.
Again, the 30s.
Yeah, well, at least the 30s. I don't remember because I was in America, so everything was in Fahrenheit. 100 degrees Fahrenheit is like, I think that is quite hot.
Yeah, that is pretty warm.
37 Celsius.
Wow, 37.
Yes. Yeah, so that's how hot it gets where he lives. He lives in Georgia, and I bet you it was that hot. Like, August is one of the worst times to go to Florida, and that's, Rando and I do.
Insane.
Rando and I do not see eye to eye on weather.
Apparently not.
I love that I have a lot of Americans in here, and I'm talking in Celsius. They're like, God, that sounds all really cold, probably in their heads. Talking about 30, because 30.
Oh, what do they think? Like, 30, like 40 degrees cold?
Well, 32 is freezing temp. That's 0.
Oh.
So
That's
So the difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit, why they were created the way they were, at 0 degrees for Celsius, that's when water freezes. While 0 degrees in Fahrenheit is when a certain salty water freezes.
Oh wow.
And then at 100, that same water boils. And same thing with so Celsius is 0 when water freezes, and 100 is when water boils. So they say 100 degrees, and I'm like, oh my god, water's boiling. Well, that's 212 Fahrenheit is when water boils. I actually had to know all this for school, so.
Oh, I was just about to say, how do you know all this?
Yeah, I had, because with HVAC, at least most of the places I used, we used Fahrenheit more than Celsius because you need those small little differences are a big thing. They help you adjust things better. So we used a lot of Fahrenheit in that way, in that trade.
All right.
So yeah, 212 is boiling. So I always have to remember who I'm talking to, and if I'm talking to an American, and I was just like, oh my god, it's so hot, it's 30 here, blah blah, and I'm like talking to Raymond, like, hold on, that's 90 Fahrenheit. He's like, oh god, that's too hot. Kelvin is better.
Yeah, boiling.
Kelvin is definitely better. Kelvin is Celsius, but it's a little bit different. You will never ever get to 0 Kelvin because that's when atoms stop moving.
Oh.
Yeah, Kelvin is a scientific measurement of temperature, and the equivalent in Fahrenheit is, I can't remember, but no one uses it. Everyone just uses Kelvin. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think 274, negative 274 Celsius is true zero. Yeah. Kelvin zero is absolute zero. It's when everything stops moving. We've gotten really, really close to absolute zero, but we haven't gotten there yet. And there's a theory that we actually can't get to true zero because it's too cold. Nothing will be moving. So there's no way to transfer the heat out. Because that's all heat is. It's basically the way your ACs work is you take heat from the room that you're in and you put it outside. That's what an AC does.
All right.
And then it creates its own heat as it's working, so it even puts more heat out. So if you get a heat pump, which is an AC unit that can put heat in, all it does is change that, so it takes the heat from outside and puts it inside your house. Because there is heat outside.
Oh, interesting.
Even though it is negative degrees outside, there is still heat out there. So if you ever go next to an AC when it's switched, it's going to be blowing really, really cold air because it's pushing the cold air out and re-engaging itself to take the heat back in. It's really interesting. I loved learning about refrigerant. It's a big science, and it's a very big science-based trade.
Sounds huge, actually.
And I think that's when I started realizing I was really interested in science. I went away for a couple of minutes and come back to 242 talking about HVAC again. Yeah, well, we started talking about heat, and then heat goes into HVAC. So, yeah, no, I find it really cool just knowing that, like, that's all it is we figured out how to make gases take the hot air and put it somewhere where we want it to be. That's all we did.
Well, to be fair, I'm pretty dumb, so I'm not good with science, so I'll admit that I'm not much of a scientist at all, so so I'm just listening like, okay, that's very interesting, and I'm not a scientist.
Apparently, Rando, I remove refrigerant for a living, like, from machines?
Oh.
Or...
Oh, really? What?
I don't know. I thought he did something with machines. I don't know. I will have to get more clarification. And then King of King Hill said that he actually is an HVAC tech. I'm not sure if he's a journeyman or anything. I didn't get more clarification from him. Hello, MCT. Does this mean you guys are done Phasmophobia? Did everyone die again?
Here we go with the Phasmophobia talk.
Well, they were playing Phasmophobia, and I think they're done. They were playing with it was Stormy, Raven, Miss Creepy Tales, and Lady Spookcaria playing.
All right, okay.
He takes it from fridges, air conditioners, and dehumidifiers. Yes, yeah, there would be refrigerant and all that. I died 3 out of 4 games. Woo! Raven died so many times. Raven somehow has the bad luck of getting killed by the ghosts. Oh, Spookcaria only played 1 game. I am an HVAC tech just for Toronto as... Oh, he works at a rink. Okay, so he's a different tradesman. That's got a different trade to it than what I was doing.
Interesting.
Yeah. He would deal with more volatile refrigerant than I would. He would deal with a bigger machine than I ever did. I did residential and a little bit of commercial. His is closer to industrial. They're big machines, but they would have to be because they've got to literally freeze the ice. So.
Oh, really? Wow.
And he drives a Zamboni. He got the job every Canadian wants. He drives a Zamboni. It's a stereotype.
That is a stereotype, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a big joke. I love leaning into it. That everyone wants to drive a Zamboni. You know what? I wouldn't mind being on a Zamboni.
Canadians. Canadians.
But I don't actually like sports, so it's not that big of a deal. I did skate quite a bit growing up, though. I loved skating.
Oh, okay. Is it like rollerblade skating or is it like ice skating or
Ice
what
skating.
kind of skating is
I
it?
did both, but I liked ice skating.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
I
That's a sport.
I think every Sunday, me and my dad would go ice skating, just have fun and ice skate around the rink, and that was fun. And
Yeah, I was never good at that. Like, I'd always slip. Like, seriously, the ice.
well, it is. It takes a lot of balance, and you know what? I got pretty good.
Oh, jeez, it does.
But my least favorite part, because I'm a female, I had the ice skating one, so they have the little picks at the end of them. So if you leaned a little too forward, boom, you stop.
Yeah, you're on the floor.
Yeah. Hi, Lady Spectaria. I'm so bad. I don't know why I have such a problem saying her name, and I know I can say it perfectly fine when I'm not on a stream, but every time I'm on a stream, I'm like,
Maybe you're just having too much fun. Maybe that's the thing.
maybe I'll let my brain think. Don't let my brain think enough. So, yeah, no, I never tried, hockey skates, which are the pure flat ones. They've got no spikes on them at all, and they're completely rounded. I've been told that those ones are, they've got their advantages for skating on those ones, and then ice skating ones have another advantage. From what I remember being told, they're even sharpened a little bit different between the both of them, so.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's just, I did a lot of ice skating. My dad did he skated with the hockey ones, but he played hockey all growing up as a kid on ice.
Oh, okay. That's another popular Canadian sport, isn't it?
Oh yeah, hockey is the national sport of Canada.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
yeah,
no,
I'd imagine
no, I'm sorry, it's not. The national
Wait.
sport of Canada is actually it's not hockey. I'm really sure it's not. Hold on, let me double check that. I know a lot of Canadians.
I always thought it was like ice hockey or something.
I might be wrong, and it might be lacrosse. Yeah, it's lacrosse.
Oh, okay.
Which is like hockey, but it's originally a native game. So it's played quite a bit like hockey, but you're on a field and you're throwing into. It's use a stick with a net on the end of it, and you throw a ball. So, but it plays a lot like hockey. But yeah, I was like, wait, no. The national sport is actually lacrosse, but it used to be rugby back in the day. Back when we first were Canada. I only know this because my boss was like, "Do you know what the national sport of Canada used to be?" And I was like, "Lacrosse." Oh.
Oh, sorry, my computer had
It had a moment. King is now online. It's too late.
Sorry, my computer crashed, so I had to switch home.
Oh no! Like, really?
I think it's just overheating. Hold on.
Oh, well, you do live in Australia. It's too hot. Just a thing comes up. We are in Australia. It is too hot. Shut down.
Oh, jeez. Welcome to Australia, where everything is hot, even your laptop.
The National Sport of Canada Act actually declares both hockey and lacrosse as the national sport. That would make sense, because hockey would be because ice hockey would be for winter, while lacrosse is for like summer and spring and stuff. Because, I mean, there's no ice. And
Well, usually, I always thought ice hockey was at least one of the national sports.
yeah,
Because it is a very popular sport there.
Yeah, National Sport of Canada. Raven went and found an article for me. The games are commonly known as ice hockey is hereby recognized and declared as the national winter sport of Canada, and the game commonly known as lacrosse is hereby recognized and declared as the national summer sport of Canada. I said that before I read this. that yeah, ice hockey would be the winter. Apparently King says he was literally clearing out his cousin's basement. So
Oh.
that's why he put it. Why he wasn't here. That was my source. It's just funny. I was like, yeah, no, I can see ice hockey being the winter one and lacrosse being the summer one. And then I read it. Yeah, that's exactly it. I can't believe your computer shut down. That sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it, but sometimes it like overheats sometimes. I think it's because I usually have it on my bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like when... I think that's probably why.
Are you making sure the fan on the bottom is getting enough airflow?
Well, I probably should do that.
Yeah, because most have the fan on the bottom for whatever reason, and then it blows up the side. So you want to make sure that you're always making sure that that little fan has everything, because that's what cooling down your system. So if that isn't getting enough air...
I think it has to be on a hard surface. Hold on, I might want to...
Yes. No. Hold on. I'm gonna look at something.
I'm gonna stretch my legs anyway. Yeah, I'm still here, don't worry.
Oh, I'm gonna look up the Australian national sport now.
I think it's rugby league, isn't it? Or rugby union, I think. I think it's rugby.
Cricket.
Oh yeah, cricket.
You're like, right. Hold on. National rugby cricket is regarded as a national summer sport, while people widely participate for the months of September and April.
Yeah, we have a few popular sports here. There's rugby, there's AFL, which stands for Australian Football League, in case you're wondering. And of course there's cricket.
Yeah, which is the one with the flat bat, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
I think that's cricket, right? It's got a bat, but it's flat, and I don't know much about sports.
It's alright.
I mean, you guys call it football, but we call it soccer. Which actually I found out it's British fault that we call it soccer.
Wait, what?
So, in Britain, it used to be called soccer. I can't remember the exact thing, but it meant something, and it was shortened to soccer. And then it came across the pond, and then everyone here called it soccer, and then they went back to calling it football there. Because it was originally called football, because it's a game that you play with your foot. It makes sense why it's called football. But it was some kind of hyphen. So yeah, it's a shortened for something. I can't remember what soccer stands, what it was for. But yeah, no, I just thought it was funny that, British tell us that we're saying it wrong. It's like, no, you're the ones who gave it to us, so.
Yeah, I never really understood why it's like. Yeah, it is very complex because I grew up calling football soccer, but then as I got older, I realized it's also called football. I'm like, oh, like, and I didn't know like what to call it from then on. Like, should I call it soccer or should I call it football? What's the appropriate way of doing it? Like, you know what I mean?
Apparently, it used to be called the Association of Football became soccer.
Oh.
That's what the word became, and then it came across the pond, and we started calling it soccer, while you guys went back to calling it football. And then, of course, there's now American football, which is got nothing to do with playing with your foot.
Different thing.
Yeah, it's closer to rugby, I think.
That's like rugby, but with helmets and armor.
Yes. Raven, always coming up with the name. Like, he had it up there, I think, before I said anything. Shortened to Assoc football, so being the last part of, so it became soccer. And then they always added ER on things or something. It was funny. It just, yeah. But yeah, so it gets called soccer here, but so I just yeah, if I'm talking to someone from anywhere else except for North America, I pretty much just call it football, and then I call American football because it's easier. I personally don't like American football. I think it's not for me. So
Well, it's not for me either. Like, I'm not too fond of it either, personally.
and yeah, no, soccer being called football makes way more sense than American football being called football. I'm like, most of it's used hands. Why is it called football? Soccer, you play with your feet. That makes complete sense why it's called football. Because the only people allowed to use their hands are goalies. Soccer should be football, and football should be toss/hand-off ball. It should be just called rugby. American rugby. So you can have the helmets and all that jazz. I know rugby is supposed to be really, really harsh because you don't. But also the rules are different. You don't play, I think, as rough in rugby. I could be wrong. I know the rules are different for rugby than American football. And because there's not as much protection, I think they're more. The tackles are different in it because there isn't the protection, I think. But again, I am not the person to know this. I only know hockey, which is can be pretty bad. They can be pretty mean to each other, and they have giant blades on their feet.
Oh, true, because it's on ice.
Yes.
A lot.
You can't check people, like there's only a certain way you can hit each other. You can't cross-check, which is like pulling your stick up and then hitting them. That's against the rules. People do it. And then there's always fighting on the ice. Because, yeah, they'll take their gloves off. They'll throw their gloves off and start fighting each other on ice. And I'm like, you have blades on your feet.
Dude, you could cut yourselves. Be careful, jeez.
Yeah. Shrimp on the Barbie, it's a prawn. Oh my god.
Oh, shut up.
Well, you know where that came from, right?
That is another stereotype.
Well, it was in one of your ads to come travel to Australia.
Yeah, it was, like...
And no one put shrimp on the Barbie.
We don't call them shrimp, though. We call them prawns.
Yeah. Yeah. Hockey, Hockey, they can be pretty mean to each other, 242. Yeah, they can be. I grew up watching hockey.
I could say the same about, rugby, too.
Oh my god, yeah, no. Well, you ride around, you got to toss. You're right around, you're sweating, your body is full of endorphins, you're going to get extra angry and take everything seriously. Testosterone.
That does happen, yeah. Because I've seen it happen a lot.
And
maybe not a lot, but But it does happen.
Oh yeah, completely. Every sport gets that though, because they're running around. They've got they're sweating. They're yeah. It makes complete sense. Blades of steel and wooden sticks and on ice discs to slap at everyone. Love it. Oh my god, and the hockey pucks. Oh my god, they are quite heavy. Like they can get pretty fast and do a good damage. Those poor friggin' goalies. They have to wear so much padding so they can take the hits and not get freaking killed.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Like, have you ever seen what a goalie wears in hockey?
I think I have, yeah. If I remember correctly.
It's harder to move in it, but you need that much protection. They're like fully covered up front. They've got these giant ones on their knees. They got them all over their arms. They've got a giant helmet on their face. Everything to stop that puck from actually hitting you. And their sticks are also designed a bit different. They're a wider stick to help you catch the puck a little better. My dad plays a goalie, so I know what goalies wear really well. Getting hit in
Oh,
the
yeah.
face with a ball is one of the worst feelings in the world. I agree.
Oh no. Yeah, that is actually a like, ow. Like that can actually break a nose if you're not careful.
So apparently the ball in football, in American football, is a foot long. That's why it's called football. Rando sent that to me on my Discord. So apparently that's why American
Alright.
football is called football. It's because the football is a foot long. Give or take. Didn't know that.
Yeah, but that doesn't like.
No.
Yeah, but with soccer though, it's the reason why soccer's called football
It's because you play
is
it
because
with...
you're using your foot.
Yes. But yeah, that explains why football, American football, is called football, because the football was so long. Yeah. No, no one said that Americans come up with the best ideas. I mean, I love...
Not sure if I agree with that.
Hey, they've got very intelligent people on the States and very dumb people in the States, like the rest of the world.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, there's dumb people here too. Like, we're guilty of having dumb people here too.
Exactly. Would you want to call it handball? Yes. I actually asked my husband to join. He said no. I was like, do you want to join me on my live stream? He's like, no. I don't like people.
Oh, like putting up with this Australian boy right here.
Well, this is before I even came and told any of you guys that my guests had apparently had to clean a basement. So, yeah, I was like, would you join me? He's like, no. I'm like, okay.
I'm just gonna go down the basement. Bye. Just gonna dwell in there.
No, I'm just gonna play some more Mass Effect.
Oh, in the basement.
No, he's actually right across the wall between us. Is literally the wall between us. Like, he's like, hold on. Yeah, literally in front of me if this wall was gone.
Oh.
Yeah, his chair. Yep, nope. It would be like maybe a little bit more off to the side, but yeah, I'm like right behind my husband right now. My dad broke his nose by playing basketball.
Oh, ow. Damn.
I'm redoing the floors on a townhouse I just bought. Nice hair. Please have him join. I have questions about flooring. Oh, legit, my husband could help. He sells flooring for a living.
Oh.
Yeah. Did that come up? I don't remember that coming up. I got a terrible memory. I can tell you where
Same.
I can tell you so much stuff about my work and where things are. Other things, no, I can't at all.
But I'm not the best with memory either, so I'm not that intelligent.
Memory's hard, actually. It's one of those things that if you want to make it better, you have to really practice. The best way actually to get your memory better is actually writing in a journal.
Yeah, I think that's one way. I think another way is to basically, make the best of it, I guess. If that makes any sense.
Yes, I get what you mean there. But I know, like, my memory used to be worse, and then I started writing in a journal for a while, and my memory was getting better. I need to get back into the habit of writing in a journal, because it was helping my memory problems.
Oh, okay.
And it also makes it so you can kind of go back and, like, re-remember, like, oh yeah, I remember that now.
Oh, alright, okay.
So, if you want to work on your memory things, it's not a terrible idea. What would you call 42's husband? 24? We need to know, we must know. His name is Bill Zors.
Just put his name out there.
No, that's his name. That's his usernames, is Bill Zors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's not a YouTuber or anything. King, her husband and I want to talk about flooring. 242 told me be water resistant and scratch resistant vinyl flooring was the best, so that's what I'm going with. Oh, yeah. I remember talking about that now. Yes, I remember talking about vinyl flooring. It was the best because it's water resistant, and yeah, I remember that now. It was just an offhand thing. I didn't know he was going for fluorine. I will call him 24 until he comes onto this live stream.
Yeah, he's calling you out.
Apparently. I doubt he would ever come on this live stream. He's played Among Us a couple times.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, him and my best friend, Audio Magus, have been on my live stream a couple times too. So, or not my live stream, my on Among Us.
Oh, well, how come your husband refuses to come on your live streams then? Like, what's his problem?
He wouldn't have anything to say. He's like, I don't know anymore. Bill Zors, 24.
You may want to speak to him.
Well, I mean, he likes to write, but he's not into narration. He's not into hearing stories being told. So it's not his cup of tea. It's just not his cup of tea. So, like, he likes that I'm doing this and I'm really enjoying it, but for the we'll talk about stories that I've read and stuff like that, and we've bounced ideas off of each other, but it's just not his thing. Though he will be, when he finishes writing more of the story he's in the middle of, he will be narrating the main character. Well, sorry, not the main character. I'm the main character. He's going to be narrating the accused, because it's going to be a trial. It's going to be a trial story. There's a lot more to it, and I don't want to ruin anything about it. So, but a lot of people die, and he's accused of killing people, but he says, no, actually, I only killed 2 people. So,
No, you killed.
Yeah, he's like, nope, I only killed these 2 people. I didn't kill anyone else.
Yeah, so I'm basically still a murderer, but I didn't kill these people. I'm still a murderer.
But there was outstanding reasons why he killed those 2 people.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no. There's a reason for this, and it's really good. And,
okay. I'm all ears.
I want... Bill Zors, no, 24, I have spoken. It's really good, and now that I've got more into the horror narration group, I now can get more voices for all the eyewitnesses and stuff that I need, so that, because the main character is a female, and is the lawyer, and then his character is going to be the male that's got the accused, and then I want to have a voice for the judge and all that stuff too, because I don't want to voice everything, and I think it would work better if I don't. So,
okay.
But I don't know any way, shape, or form when this is happening. He's still trying to write it. He wrote the prelogue or the first chapter or whatever, and he's still in the middle of it. So.
All right.
Yeah, I can't wait. I know exactly where the story is going, and it's going to be really, really good. So,
I hope it's going to be good. That's all I could say.
Yeah, no, being exclusive for my channel. No one else will have any rights to it. So,
yeah, no one else is going to steal it. If you want to hear the story, go over to 42's channel.
You're
please.
going to have
no
to.
one else.
No one else will ever.
No one else.
No. And then.
Not even mine.
No. And then we're going to and we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
I've been writing a bunch of little stories, and I might write a book, and we might make a book out of it or something. We're not sure yet. I'm also trying to write a book too. So.
Oh really?
Mhm. I've been wanting to write a book forever, but I actually really need to use the washroom, so I think we should call the stream here.
Oh yeah, it's getting late here anyway, so I
Yeah.
probably should take a rest.
And it's been 2 hours just about, so.
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah, we're at 1 hour and 52 minutes since I started the music. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, time flies. That's why I really like.
Jeez.
if I was doing this by myself, I maybe can go for an hour, and then I just get bored. Like, I can't think of anything to say. But when I have someone here, it's just so much easier. So much.
Yeah, it's so much easier when you have a guest on. That's the beauty of streams, I think. When you're by yourself, it's kind of like, yeah.
Please
hello.
chat. Help.
Just looking through the chats. But
Yeah.
when you're someone there, there's so much more. There's so much more activity going on, isn't there?
Exactly.
If that makes any sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, exactly. So, thank you everyone for joining. I did want to say that though I have most of this month booked up, anyone who wants to be a guest on this, get a hold of me either through Discord, if you have it, Twitter, everywhere. You guys know where I am. This is not just for narrators. This is for anyone who would like to join and just talk in the morning/night.
Yeah. Morning over there, night over here.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Turn of Night, for joining me and saving me.
Thank you for having me on, and for those who are new to me, check me out on Twitter or YouTube or just feel free to follow me if you wish. I will, give you a very good time.
His links are in the description below, fixed so everyone can get there. And yes, Derringer, even you, if you wanted to come on here. So, I hope you guys all have a good day, a good evening, and, all that jazz. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, take care.